Hello, learners! Magandang hapon! Welcome to TV Eskwela. I am teacher Pril-Ann Liquido of Pantucan National High School, Pantucan North District, and I will be with you as you learn interesting and exciting lessons in mathematics for grade 9. Someone said, mathematics may not teach us to add love or subtract hate, but it gives us hope that every problem has a solution. So, cheer up and be ready as we solve problems involving quadratic equations and rational algebraic expressions. First, let us have a short review of our previous lesson, solving quadratic equations. When we say solving quadratic equations, this means we will find the two values of x that satisfy the equation, and these are called the roots or the solution of the quadratic equation. There are four different methods to solve a quadratic equation, namely by extracting square roots, by factoring, by completing the square, and by using the quadratic formula. Using any of the methods to solve a certain quadratic equation, if done correctly, will give you the same answer. I do believe you mastered that lesson already. It is now time to welcome and embrace another interesting topic and learn another amazing skill. So, come on, let's get it on! The concept of quadratic equations is illustrated in many real-life situations. Problems that arise from these situations can be solved using quadratic equations. So, keep calm and stay focused while solving the following common real-life problems as our examples. Problem number 1. The local government of Iligan City wants to place a new rectangular billboard to inform and give awareness to the Iliganons on how to protect themselves from the spread of COVID-19. Suppose the length of the billboard to be placed is 4 meters longer than its width, and the area is 96 square meters. What will be the length and the width of the billboard? Here is a solution to the problem. Let us let the width be x, and since the length is 4 meters longer than the width, the length can be represented by x plus 4. Recall that the formula for the area of our rectangle is length times width. And based on the problem, the area of the rectangular billboard is 96 square meters. Therefore, the length x plus 4 times the width x equals 96, or quantity x plus 4 times x equals 96. Let us now solve this equation. First, write this equation into the standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Expanding the product on the left side of the equation results to x squared plus 4x equals 96. Then, by subtraction property, the equation is now x squared plus 4x minus 96 equals 0. Solve the resulting equation by factoring. The factors are x minus 8 and x plus 12. So, the solutions are x equals 8 and x equals negative 12. However, we will only consider the positive value of x since the situation involves the measure of length. Hence, the width of the billboard is 8 meters and the length, which is 4 meters longer than the width, is 12 meters. Easy, right? Let's now proceed to some more examples. This time, our problems involve a rational equation that is transformable to a quadratic equation. Let us recall from your previous lesson that a rational equation is an equation containing at least one rational expression, and rational expressions typically contain a variable in the denominator. An example is 5 over x minus 1/3 equals 1 over x. Be reminded also that we solve quadratic equations through clearing out the fractions by multiplying both sides of the equation with the least common denominator, or LCD, as shown. To clear out the fractions, the equation is multiplied by the LCD 3x, resulting to 15 minus x equals 3. Therefore, x equals 12. Now, let us consider two common real-life problems involving rational equation. Problem number 2. The Rural Bus Incorporated travels around the island of Mindanao. Last December, Jose visited Siargao Island. He observes that as the speed of the bus decreased by 10 kilometers per hour, it took 2 hours more than what it usually takes to cover a distance of 1,800 kilometers. Find the time it usually takes the bus to travel from Iligan City to Surigao City. To solve this problem, we may create a tabular presentation like this one. We will use variables to represent the speed and the time of the bus to cover the 1,800 kilometer distance. On the first row of the table, S represents the usual speed of the bus, and T represent the time it takes the bus to travel. The formula for a distance is speed times time, and it is stated in the problem that the distance the bus travels is 1,800 kilometers. That is why S times T equals 1,800. On the second row, S minus 10 is the speed of the bus decreased by 10 kilometers per hour, and T plus 2 is the time increased by 2 hours. Therefore, the product of S minus 10 and T plus 2 is also equal to the distance 1,800. We can find the time T by solving the equation quantity S minus 10 times quantity T plus 2 equals 1,800. By FOIL method, this equation becomes ST plus 2S minus 10T minus 20 equals 1,800. Since ST equals 1,800, and with this, we can express the value of s in terms of t, that is, s equals 1,800 over t. We must substitute these values to the equation to come up with an equation with one variable. The resulting equation will be 1,800 plus 2 times the quantity 1,800 over t minus 10t minus 20 equals 1,800. By simplifying, this becomes 1,800 plus 3,600 over t minus 10t minus 20 equals 1,800. Use the subtraction property of equality to make the right side of the equation 0, meaning 1,800 will be subtracted from both sides of the equation. The equation then is 3,600 over t minus 10t minus 20 equals 0, a rational equation. We will clear out the rational expression by multiplying the LCD t to both sides of the equation. With this, the equation becomes 3,600 minus 10t squared minus 20t equals 0, a quadratic equation. By reordering the terms to write it to standard form, the result is negative 10t squared minus 20t plus 3,600 equals 0. Let us simplify the equation by dividing both sides by negative 10. The resulting equation is t squared plus 2t minus 360 equals 0. Let us solve this equation to find the values of t by factoring. The factors are t plus 20 and t minus 18. So, the values of t are negative 20 and 18. We will only take the positive value of t, which is 18, since the problem involves time. Therefore, the bus usually takes 18 hours to travel from Iligan City to Surigao City. Oh, such a long travel! Another example is a very common type of problem, a work problem. Problem number 3. It takes 6 hours for Jane and Jack working together to edit videos and vlogs. If Jack works alone, he can do the editing 2 hours faster than Jane. Find the time that each of them can edit the videos and vlogs individually. Let us let X represent the number of hours it takes Jack to work alone. And since Jane works longer than him by 2 hours, let X plus 2 represent the number of hours it takes Jane to work alone. It is given that if they work together, it takes them 6 hours to finish the job. In 1 hour, the portion of the work Jack can finish is 1 over X, and that of Jane is 1 over X plus 2. Together, they can finish 1 over 6 of the job in an hour. To find the solution to this problem, let us solve the equation 1 over X plus 1 over X plus 2 equals 1 over 6. First, multiply both sides of the equation by the LCD 6x squared plus 12x. This results to 6x plus 12 plus 6x equals x squared plus 2x. By simplifying, this becomes 12x plus 12 equals x squared plus 2x. Writing this equation to standard form by applying subtraction property of equality makes negative x squared plus 10x plus 12 equals 0. Or by multiplying negative 1 to both sides of the equation, this is the same with x squared minus 10x minus 12 equals 0. Since this equation cannot be solved by factoring, we will use the quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a with a equals 1, b equals negative 10, and c equals negative 12. Then, the solutions are x equals 5 plus square root of 37 and x equals 5 minus square root of 37. Again, we will only take the positive value of x, which is 5 plus square root of 37, because we are talking about time. Therefore, it takes 5 plus square root of 37 hours, or approximately 11 800 hours for Jack alone to finish editing videos and vlogs, while Jane takes 7 plus square root of 37 hours, or approximately 13 800 hours to do the same job. Did you get all the examples? Very good! And so, you already know how to solve problems involving quadratic equations and rational algebraic expressions. For your assignment, answer the different problems in the activities on your module and try to check your answers with the key to answers provided. So, it has been a math gandang araw and you've learned something new. Another day proves that nothing can stop learning, not even a pandemic. Again, this is Teacher Pril-Ann Likido of Pantukan National High School, Pantukan North District saying, dito sa TV Eskwela, sa pag-aaral, sama-sama. Bye-bye!